Oh, that's Pelly. Well,
That's Belly.
I'm not Pelly. Hello, welcome to BOL Masters. A bit of a hijacking here. This is not BOL Premiere. Just the casters are here. I'm Kimchi, not Pelly. Not Pelly. Rue is off to my left currently, as we are
I
just
can
waiting.
wave.
Just waiting for the draft to start between the Antarctica Super Team. It's really hard not to say Antarctic Super Team because I love talking about Antarctic Super servers. And 4490, the undefeated against the winless in the Mount Targan division.
Wow, that is quite something, isn't it? It's coming to week three. Winless versus completely winning. It's gonna be a very interesting matchup here for 4490. I mean, we would expect them to do pretty well, right? That's the expectation going into today is that they are going to continue their streak up against a team that has been struggling somewhat. Whether
I
that's going to
mean,
continue or whether it's going to go the other way around, who knows?
Antarctic, like, two ones in a row. Back to back two
That's
ones
fair.
to start the season. Not the worst case scenario. The O2 will always look bad, but they took Tech to 3, and then the other team they took to 3 was Death Card's Uprising. Wow. I mean, yeah, they faced exclusively undefeated teams to kick off their season so far. They're looking to
Time for
reverse
another
their
one.
fortunes. I mean, 1-2, 1-2 against the other top two teams. They'd like to just get a win at this point in the books.
It would be nice, but sometimes that early season just kind of dictates you got to rust up. But if it allows them to finish strong, then I'm sure they'll be happy with that as a result. Or if it allows them to just kind of exist and make it through to playoffs somewhat, then they'll be happy. But I mean, starting 0-2 never does feel good, and sometimes to be the best, you have to prove that you can beat the best as well, right? It's not just about you beating teams below you and suffering against teams above. You have to be able to beat everyone if you want to end up winning a division like Blue Water Masters. So, rough start for them, but I'm sure they'll be able to bounce back. As I believe we are just about ready to get into draft here for game one with what looks like Antarctica Super Team on the blue side.
Ooh. I mean, speaking of records, though, 4490 on the other side, the only teams they've beaten have 0 game wins so far this season. So it's a
Mm.
interesting way to go 2-0 and an interesting way to go 0-2 for both of these teams. So 4490 got something to prove. Antarctica Super Team, I'm here now. I made it. Oh my god,
Yay!
hi. The Antarctica Super Team equally with something to prove. Both of them either one trying to prove they are truly legit and it's not just early schedule advantages, and the other one trying to just prove that they actually can beat a top tier team in their division.
Yeah, well, it's going to be very interesting to see what happens. I can tell you that for certain. It's not going to be a simple journey for either of these two teams through today's matchup, as we are just ready to head over into
Woo!
the draft. Straight in, completely fresh, not even a ban in sight. This is beautiful.
Ooh, they're really thinking it over, and by thinking it over, they are banning just making one of the easiest decisions I
On
think
blue side,
any.
though,
They could take it, but we've seen teams on blue side get rid of it so they can actually just take the Seraphine and just make Ash kind of suffer later on in the draft, or just
yeah, it also
dissuade a
looks like
Seraphine red.
I'm easy also doesn't play much Ash, so maybe that's part of it as
Ooh,
well. Carly
that's
taken away
not a
by the
good
other
sign.
side.
It's not a good
Yeah, I
sign
mean,
for
so
Blue Team.
Shao plays a lot of the Kali, so getting rid of something that can just be annoying into a lot of your majors mid makes a whole lot of sense there. But I think that might just have to be a permaban. Either I don't know if it's been the permaban all the way through for Antarctica Super Team, or if it's just like for this series in particular. But if Imezi doesn't play a lot of Ash, then with how drafts look at the moment, with how games look at the moment, that's going to make things a little bit more difficult.
They're really drawing out these bans, and NA Jace off the table. Doesn't matter the tier, NA Jace arrives all the same.
Yeah, and I mean NAJ is one of those things I think you can allow through somewhat because I don't have a particular amount of trust in NA Jaces.
No
I don't
one
have
should.
trust in a lot of Jaces. It's kind of like it's a prove me wrong type of champion, right? I don't believe in anyone until they show me they can, and there's a lot of people even throughout the LCK that I'll be like, yeah, not happening. No,
You're not allowed
let's
to.
put that one on. Let's just go Sion. Just pick Sion.
Stop.
So
You're not playing a carry.
um, I think banning it away on blue side is very interesting. Maybe reveals a little bit of their own insecurities there. But
Hmm.
taking away the Vi as well makes a whole lot more sense. I feel like Vi very strong with lockdown. You have a lot of hyper carries for Imezi. Things like Aphelios, Tristana, Cogmore he really likes to play. So focusing on things that can lock down hypercarry is very nice. And you still have your first pick
Ooh.
open with the Orianna.
The vibe and I mean it does make sense you don't want that to get sniped away, but it does kind of speak to a level of maybe unconfidence, non-confidence. There we go. I got there eventually. Getting rid of these like powerful blue side picks as the blue side team. And Ezreal going to be the responsible.
Okay,
Well,
I'm
look.
gonna make a prediction. We got Jarvan
Ooh,
Ezreal, and then we're gonna get Lee Sin versus like
what?
Corki or something.
Lee Sin Corey. That's crazy.
I don't know. I feel like you get the Ezreal pick. It's like, oh, what do we do? What do we do to that? Corki usually taking into Ezreal like semi-normal. Jarvan into Orianna sounds great to me. I think 4490 is if they're following the typical meta, then they will do that. But they could take the Lee Sin themselves. Mellow Ray really likes playing Lee Sin, so maybe they steal that way first, or they just take away the
Oh,
Bard.
Bard
I feel like
Banaway. Okay.
there's no incentive for Antarctica Super Team to pick a Jarvan into someone who's already pretty immobile. So Lee Sin value kind of dips a little bit this game.
I'm intrigued. I mean, you should
Also,
just
that was a
match
Jace
bot
jungle ban.
lane.
Sorry, that was
Wow,
a Jace
that
jungle
is
ban.
crazy. Jace Jungle in I haven't really seen much Jace Jungle on this patch, I swear. It's still definitely good, but it's not what teams are leaning towards. DFT. No.
Oh, we left Smoldering.
I forgot Smolder's disgusting this patch with Deathfire touch.
Yeah, we
And
left
it should
Smolder.
just be a
Yeah, my bad.
it should just be it should just be jungle lock-in with the Ori Nocturne combo instead. I was gonna say support lock-in, but they want to be able to grab the spooky Nightmare Man before second rotation comes through.
Yeah, and I think they're definitely considering
Oh
it.
no.
They're showing that they were considering it at the very least, but now I'd be shocked if there isn't at least one of the bans at 4490, unless they planning on calling a bluff. They're
Yeah,
going to
no.
keep Ambassador as a bit
They're
of a
not.
flexible choice themselves. This is something that both Machine Killer in the top lane and Melmo O'Ray likes to play in the jungle as well. So a flexible Ambassador taking on 3, mid taking on 4, and this draft is shaping up pretty difficult for AST already.
There's absolutely no incentive to leave the Nocturne up, unfortunately. You cannot pick it away with R4. Like, what are you gonna pair with it at this point? This Nocturne kind of inflexible to an absurd degree for most comps.
Yeah, I mean, you if you did take it R4, you can like try and work around it. I don't know if you like. There's nothing that really jumps out at me, but I do like this Jarvan ban here from ASD. Now they have a mobile mid and not the most mobile bot lane. I feel like Jarvan has risen a lot in prio. So even though you don't know where this Ambessa is going, just getting rid of that absolutely fine. I feel like if you have any mids that you really don't want to face, now's the time to get rid of them, since it's likely to be that blind as we talked about before on 4-4-4-4-9-0.
4-4-4. Oh, oh my god.
So many fours.
No. Too many
Um,
fours.
taking away another jungler's maybe a little bit crazy, especially if it isn't going to be the Lee Sin.
Maybe trying to force this Mbessa up into the top lane. As it will be Galio mid, so they have the flex still intact. I mean, technically they have double flex intact. I would be concerned if I see AST draft a Rumble here,
Yeah,
which is
you'd
like
be
the only
torturing
situation
yourself.
you'd be putting Galio in top lane, then you give yourself double AP into Galio, which is just asking to lose. So they kind of just have to match in them blind here and give 4490 the just whatever top jungle they want.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like into Ambessa, you have to bear in mind that it can
Yep, there it
be the
is.
Ambessa going top lane. So you take something that can dominate her, and then if they pick Gnar, then it is what it is, right? You take what's your comfort in this one, which I feel like they've already done throughout most of this draft, right? We've got the Smolder, which is just great. Orianna is basically every mid lane's comfort, and then if you're not playing hook champs in support, then you're not playing support right. So I feel like everyone's got a whole lot of comfort right now. And now we got one more
Jungle.
come through here on 4. Jungle.
Jungle on 5 is going to be Poppy, and actually I like that a lot. I don't know. Bard Tunnel doesn't count if I'm not mistaken.
No. It's like a polymorph in some ways.
Yeah, but still, I mean, you have Galio and Mbessa. That's pretty good. Very good front line here, especially with the Renekton, Nautilus, and Poppy. Very hard to get onto this kind of mid-range Smolder. What do you consider Smolder? Like short, mid, occasionally long range?
It's not quite Lucian Kaiser.
You're not
So
playing up in their
I think
face,
a
but you do
medium
got to be
range.
close. Yeah,
I
medium
think
range.
medium's about right.
They're gonna take the
That's not
Gwen.
medium.
This is an
That's in your
in-your-face
face.
team comp with an Ezreal.
Yeah. It's an eclectic mix we got over a 4490. It's as you say, it's kind of everyone who wants to be in and around, and then Ezreal is going to be firing in from miles away and might get tagged on by Smolder Q, but honestly, probably not. He should be even out of the range of things like that. I feel like AST, if they play the front to back, could have some troubles, but with how tanky they are into Ezreal, maybe that dynamic flips just a little bit. But then again, tanky into Gwen flips back in the other direction. It's a difficult one to really predict coming out of draft. I do really like what 4490 have got going in their favor. I feel like they have frontline, they have not the best engage, but they can also just kind of walk into the enemy's face, tank the CC, and just kill them.
It's just, if you're 4490, you're putting a lot of trust in your ADC's ability to dance, because one misplaced arcane shift can mean a Poppy jumping onto you, getting the free stun, Renekton diving into the backline, or a depth charge just flying into your entire team, and a potential just full send. Because after that, it's kind of get the Gwen down, get the Ambessa down, and there's no more like Ezreal, Gwen are doing a lot of heavy lifting here in the
Yeah.
early, kind of in this damage. And then Ambessa is, of course, going to be nice supporting damage. Galio with the nice buffs. I don't know how much they're going to come into play here, though, unfortunately. No big ultis, it seems, might be on the table. Unfortunate.
Well,
100% magic resist scaling.
yeah, well, I mean, there's not the most value from that, but you just call it Radiance, and then you have an extra 40 damage. It could be worse. I feel like ASC have a kind of similar issue there, right? Their damage, it's going to be difficult to properly get onto this Orianna and Smolder if they are well protected by the front line, but it is just really on those two. The Renekton, if he's somehow allowed loose in the backline, could do some stuff. Jungle Poppy never really enthralls me. I feel like you have kind of a spike around 20 minutes, and then from there on, you're not so much a threat as you are just kind of a peel away. And then beyond that, it really is going to be onto the Orianna Smolder to play the front to back properly and really do that teamfight damage.
It is. These ranged carries and Gwen, and that's kind of, I think, what's going to come down to who's better at insulating their core. Because Smolder, 225, going to be really good. If they can find a big Ori combo to go along with it, that's nice. Ezreal's just allowed to dance around at the backline, and Gwen's just kind of life-stealing off at everyone, hitting a lot of true damage onto these very mobile people. Like, it's kind of just... I could see both sides working out like you're saying, and it's it's kind of hard to pick. Like, neither have the best consistent CC. I guess you go with AST for more consistent engage, but it's probably not hitting the people you really want to get on as the counterpoint.
Yeah, I feel like it's difficult for the front lines to meet up in a way that allows one to get onto the back line, right? I mean, if somehow Ambessa lands in an insane ultimate, bear in mind that the cast time has increased, so it should be even easier to dodge for Antarctica. But if it happens, and Ambessa gets onto the back line with Galio ulting as well, then it's going to be quite difficult. I feel like if Bard hits an insane tempered fate as well, that we can really be talking, that's potentially an engage angle, but at the same time, you kind of want that to peel away as well, because when it comes back in the direction, if you don't just have Zhonya's on Galio Gwen, then they are melted if you're not careful.
This is it's gonna come down to execution, and that's really it. I love these kinds of games where you can't just, it's a bit of a tempo change from Prem, where it's just like, oh, this is a draft diff off the face of the earth. This is gonna be a maybe not macro, a micro diff, definitely, and a team fighting diff, and that is hopefully going to come to fruition. These are really good players, especially compared to what we're used to casting for BOL, so it will definitely most likely be a nice game given the quality of these teams that we've seen, and it will come down to who executes their fights better. We will see whether AST will take a 1-0 lead, or 4490 can keep the undefeated season going. Stick around. We'll be on the Rift shortly for game number 1. Don't go anywhere. Oh, geez, we're right into it for game number 1. Has Xiao already forced the flash away, and that's gonna be first blood going over to 4490. That is not a good sign of
No,
things to
it's
come,
not.
hopefully.
And while we're here, we may as well talk about the other elephant in the room, beyond that first blood. It's Gwen jungle, with Ambessa in the top lane into Renekton.
Okay, they're biting the bullet here, it seems. Kind of just calling Gwen's gonna be better. And hook connects. Zach not gonna get much more there. Sorry, there's so much going on already. His barriers
There's so
already
much going on.
burned. Zema going real low here.
Oh,
Zach
cute.
going towards flash away, just dodging away from the Mystic shot to survive. And
Is that a wave 1 crash?
yes,
How the hell do you get a wave 1 crash in this economy? Like,
by
what's going on
brute
here?
forcing, killing your opponents almost.
And that is absolutely insane. I mean, it all comes down from that missed hook. Great punish there by 4490 to see that missed hook and know that they have about 15 seconds of free damage time and to absolutely make the most of it. They did use 2 summoners for themselves against 2 summoners for the Penguins, which I'm going to have to say because they're profile picture more than their actual team name, but yeah, close enough. The positive is that Shangdi didn't use either summoner, right? So he still has barrier, still has flash, can still really mitigate the worst of what may be to come, but I feel like the worst may still be to come with the way the wave is now moving away from his turret in a slow push now towards the enemy side. This is the kind of wave that very easily get frozen on the wrong side of the rift, and with both junglers headed down towards bot lane, I don't necessarily favor you in that type of fight because you're not going to be there to roam up to help your Poppy take that crab, and you're also not going to be able to be much of an influence if you get ganked either.
They don't really have the HP bars as Zach flashes forward.
Okay,
Doesn't
yeah, that works
hit
too.
the Q, but it doesn't even matter. Going to pick up the kill with the electrocute in Zamakona. No flash available. JKO is fully loaded up on the lethal tempo. It is a pair of kills in the bot lane, and 4490 are cruising in this early game.
So that first blood happening against a Smolder with double sums. How are we going to explain that one?
You kind of don't. You gotta just accept you're burning your barrier. Shang-Chi survives if he just pops his barrier.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he died to electrocute and a meat charge.
It was a bit of a surprising amount of burst, right? That's kind of like Bard early game is, oh, he does that much damage? Yeah, with electrocute he really does.
Oh,
As we're also getting
Fry
damage in the top lane as well.
That is not a good play.
It does have Ignite, I guess, on the Renekton, so can try and you force an all in a little bit earlier than it otherwise would. But dangerous time to be up here right now is Zach's also roaming.
Zach on the roam, doesn't throw the binding, can't, the wave is in the way, still gets so much damage though with that electrocute and the Galio Q on top of it.
Yeah, and by the way, this is not the guy that plays the most Bard. This was a takeaway pick. Uh-oh.
Flash out, no barrier available. Zamakona is going real low for that one, but they are still putting some pressure back with Zach on the roam.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good punish.
No.
Just
so
stack electrocute.
hard. Damage is so crazy early. No damage items. And tanks it. Okay, we're tanking tower shots because you forgot DFT existed. This is not going well for the side of Antarctica Super Team.
It is not. It is not at all, but at least it could be worse. You could also be dying in mid lane again.
And burning barrier to do a JKO with now his own pair of kills. And 0-2 on this Cole Smolder. Everything
Really nice ward, by the way. I want to point out that ward because that had been there for like a minute without having any info being given over to Antarctica. They had no idea that it was in there until suddenly random cosmic binding, Smolder stuck up against wall, didn't react to it in time to flash out of the way and just chase his seed into death. At least mid lane survived. We can call that on there as a positive, but now the Galio, who is on stream mode and therefore will only be called Galio for the rest of this game, does have Merc Treads. And you got Merc Treads now into Lucidity Boots. So I'm not sure if untouchable's quite the word, but it's going to be pretty damn close.
There's no nice words. When you're stuck on Lucidity Boots and your opponent already has Merc Treads, it's called suffering. It's called you're farming. You're playing farming sim now. Galio with 0 damage Oriana. You're here to get minions. That's it. You
Yeah,
can't
this
fight
is
anymore.
this is almost like watching Rod of Ages Oriana all over again. This is the
Oh.
like we are scaling
Ooh.
as a team comp right now.
JKO? No, there's no chance they're caught out. This is... I mean, you can't really afford to
Hello.
get with the solo kill. Machine Killer just not respecting the burst damage with the Dominus. And pays the ultimate price for it. Some gold. I mean, that's 300 gold back in their pocket as they are continuing to build a lead in this top lane.
And somewhere has to be strong, right? When you're playing a comp with lanes that are officially already in scaling mode, as we're talking about with the Oriana, and we're naturally thinking about for the Smolder, somewhere has to be winning, and not just by a little bit as well. You have to be able to play through a lane that's going to bridge you from the early game into the mid and late game, where the Smolder Oriana is hopefully going to come online for your team. The fact that Renekton's able to get that solo kill is maybe a little bit awkward there for a Machine Killer. Does have TP, will mitigate the worst of it by still being able to get the wave, still being there somewhat in XP, but the fact that's allowed at all is massive for the Penguins.
I mean, at least they're winning the lane they're supposed to be winning. That's kind of all you're really getting out of this. As Shangdi gets absolutely threaded, needle threaded on right now. These health bars are so dangerously low. They're fishing for hook under the tower as Machine going in, gets the ult, but gets grounded immediately after the stun comes through, and Bobe gonna pick up the kill there in the top lane. And they're just trying to keep the pressure on. Speaking of keeping the pressure on, there goes the Tempered Fate. They're gonna find Zamakova and JKO on a killing spree. Gonna get out of tower aggro range. True Shot Barrage not going to connect. Good flash away from Zamakona, at least to survive, as Zach under the tower, the minion wave dies, and it will be a shutdown going to the Nautilus. It's something, at least.
Yeah, nice play there from Zamakona. He's going to get his base cancelled. Didn't have W before he started basing, so has to cancel to at least press W to avoid the damage going through from the Ezreal. But does mean he's going to be able to survive. The shutdown, a little bit annoying, but you'd rather have the kill than not, right? Because now you have plated steel caps on your Nautilus, and that will make the world the difference, I think,
for him,
for Zamakona's survival. For him, right? Not really for the Smolder, who's still 0-3, but it'll make the world a difference to him. It allows him to step forward and be somewhat a little bit more aggressive as well, right? Bear in mind that you're playing into quite a difficult lane, playing melee versus range. The ability to walk up and tank that little bit extra can mean that Shangdi just has a little bit more space to work with himself. Still has Flash, I believe, which somehow hasn't been used in any of these 3 deaths or in any of the other plays. So he can either make something happen aggressively, or he can still use it defensively if Zamakona buys him enough time with extra tankiness and the move speed, as Zach is in a weird place.
Zach coming in. They're actually going to get the ground. It count. Well, they dashed out of the tunnel there, so they do get grounded. Needlework popped. And they do use the Mom at least, but it is just a trade of ultis and the flash of Zach. So it's a positive trade for the super team. As Fryrai, I mean, Fryrai's Dominus probably could.
It'd be fine.
That. Yeah, should be able to go for it.
A little bit wary of the gap close potential from both sides. Unlikely we're going to see any junglers. Bear in mind they were just in bot lane, so they feel like they can really stretch their legs right now in the top side. I feel like Fryrai really has the advantage if that's to happen as well. Machine Killer recognizing that, dropping off. Not want to take it too far. Hello.
Hello coming back. Temper Fate connects onto Zamakona, and it is just going to be death to the Sea Spaceman. JK on a rampage now. 4-0-1. Gonna just get some cancel, I see. I like greeting for cancels. Even though it was...
Yeah, I mean, Machine was like... That Machine was a sneaky cancel as well. W into the bush to catch out Fryrai, where maybe he wasn't ready to be caught. He was looking for that cheetah base, cheetah recall. Not allowed this time by Machine Killer, who is still struggling somewhat, as to be expected, in the Renekton matchup. But I have to point out those plated steel caps didn't get much value this time.
No,
not when the Gwen turns up.
Yeah, when you get absolutely bursted by the enemy jungle who's already on Dusk and Dawn 10 minutes into the game, as Fryrai going into the Dominus. Machine Killer wanted this fight, and he's not going to be able to keep it going. Flash forwards, keeping the tower aggro to 1 tower shot, and Fryrai with another solo kill now. As Zach shows up mid lane to tell Xiao, you're staying here. You are not moving. No wave for you. Or, well, no pressure for you.
Yeah, I mean... Positive for Machine Killer is that was double sums this time. He now has flash advantage, can either look for a return play or can just use that constant threat of maybe the Gwen's going to be here. If you don't have proper
no.
vision set up,
Oh,
maybe we can just make a play bot. If Shang-Chi doesn't use flash, that play on bot definitely would have been a possibility. May as well on the Unsealed Spellbook, TPing down to bot to save the rest of that play. Make sure the Smolder at least pretend that he's a champion for the time being. But as Machine Killer, flash advantage for FryRite not there. Still doesn't change all too much because he has Eclipse and Ambessa has a couple of components.
we're stuck on Brutalizer. That's Eclipse already finished. It's not even a question. It's just right there. Slice
Also 2-level
the
diff.
dice with the W coming through, getting a lot of these stacks, but there
Hold
is
on.
the public execution, maybe, but FryRite playing well
Escape.
into the wave, forcing a disengage from Machine Killer as it will just be Drake on the other side. Tempered Fate finds no one. It finds the ward. That was important.
Yeah, make sure that ward can't see anything for those 3
It still
seconds.
sees. I think it still sees. You just can't hit
It
it.
does. Ooh, nice damage. This is dangerous in top side
No,
both sides.
not
We also
again.
look dangerous in bot.
Seen this before. Zach is putting the beat down on True Shot Barrage. Only gonna find Zamakona though. Bobe's unspotted if they want to try and get this shutdown.
Melo's here
This is their
though.
best chance.
He spots it now.
Zach going in and Bobe's coming. Here comes Mello as well. As the Needlework
Needlework.
immediately flying out. The damage from Shang-Chi's not there. As the ult doesn't come through. The Keeper's verdict. They don't care what the Keeper says. They say you're guilty. We're innocent. And it's another pair of kills happening in the bot lane. JKO's just too damn fed. Mello's just too damn fed. And Shang-Chi can't do any damage. This is wishful. As, ooh.
Yeah. I mean, this
Maybe.
is a bit much, but you let the turret reset and then
Wait.
just auto him to death, or don't
um,
let the wave come under and then tank 2 more turret shots. Okay, hold on. No
this
mana
is-
though. Yeah,
Doesn't
he
get
is
the
just dead.
auto, and Mello
Dusk and
will
Dawn.
survive barely.
He's survived because of Dusk and Dawn healing.
The Dusk and Dawn changes save Mello on like 20 HP.
Oh, that's filthy.
Absolutely schnasty.
So close.
You know what to do. You know what to do. Take that 200. Take those shutdowns for yourself. Yes.
You earned them. Oh,
No.
he chose the wrong push.
Saw he saw Mello backing up and didn't know to throw behind. Because why would your ADC reset in front of your jungle?
Hold on.
As oh no, Zama is.
Melo's gonna get
way
healing
too
off the
deep.
Gromp.
Melo's gonna get healing off the Gromp and his passive. Can he make it over in time? Zach is
Smolder's
absolutely
coming.
putting the slowdown of a lifetime on
What's
this
happening?
guy's True Shot Barrage. The hook gets him nowhere. Melo's on a killing spree now on an overextension from Zamakona. 0-4 and 1-4 in this bot lane right now.
And as the bot lane, you have to just be mitigating, right? You are accepting, once you lock in Smolder, that it might not be the most fun of lanes, right? With Death by a Touch, that isn't always the case, but you're also melee into ranged.
Oh no,
With-
Bobe's in too deep.
Why
The
are we here?
Galio ult connects. Bobe's flash is out.
This
As
is 3v4. The
FryRite,
Gwen's up.
maybe. The Gwen is turning up. The Orianna's also turning up. FryRite's just doing so much damage. Machine Killer
my
is
God.
so low. But it's not going to be enough quite yet. Dominus is about to drop.
Boom, see ya.
As the ejection. Is it going to be enough? Machine Killer's stuck on the wrong side, so they will be able
Nautilus
to
is
grab
now.
one at least. And Zamakona is here just to ensure
Oh.
something. Some insurance as JKO is ensuring Shang-Di is in the goddamn ground again. It is 6 kills. I believe 3 of them on this Smolder now for JKO.
Yeah, and that's
All right, what are we
the sad
doing?
part about the Nautilus being up there. Fry's having fun. He's going to kill the turret.
Oh,
And-
Zamakona's having fun.
Yeah, this is happy gaming.
So we're doing a little happy gaming, Galio. Ooh, G1 gonna get hit by the
hook.
shockwave, forced to flash over the wall, but Bobe's so low, does not have any defensive items yet, only the Sundered Sky. Nice stun coming
It's
through
True Shot.
on the Cosmic Binding. The True Shot Barrage is picture perfect as well. It's a double now for Mello, and FryRite here to get Shao out to safety, as it is personal security detail Crocodile, who is also a lifeguard.
I feel like neither of these teams are playing to their win con. And it hurts me to say that.
Well, one of
because
them's playing
I feel like-
TDM, but
Like, I mean, both these teams are just fighting for the sake of fighting at this point, and like, I get it. If you want to fight around FryRite, sure, go nuts. If you want to fight around JKO, go for it. But why are 4490 sending so many people up to top lane to fight a losing fight into this insanely strong Renekton? Could not possibly answer. And the same also goes for Antarctica. They're not even they tried to out the Smolder earlier on, didn't work. They kind of just then let him die under his turret multiple times instead of you trying to play around him. And the times he wasn't under his turret, he walked up too far and just got caught in bot wave instead.
And Zamakona, speaking of getting caught, is caught himself. JKO 7-0-4.
Is that
now.
ward worth it?
That was a word. Oh my god. No, he's looking like my solo queue games right now, man. You can't be doing that. I'm the greediest support warder of all time.
He literally just did all that to ward the banana brush. And now he's dead for the dragon spawn, potentially. Like, he's going to be turning up as the dragon's there.
Okay, so this Smolder's a full item ahead, or a full item behind. Like, it's not even components.
So is the Nautilus.
The Nautilus is more concerningly a full item behind. Doesn't even have to lock it yet. That thing's 2,300 gold.
Or 20, and Dead Space like 29 as well. Like, that's not a cheap item.
Way more expensive. It is a tank item.
That's kind of crazy for both sides, honestly. And I mean, the Drake is completely free because there's no Nautilus here to get vision. You have the banana brush ward, but what has it done? Seriously, it's told them that you're taking the Drake. We knew they're taking the Drake anyway, because they walked out of mid after getting the push and they went off the map for a bit. We know they're on the Drake. Nice flash. Gonna avoid that.
Yes. Can't really do much else there in this situation, as it is a 1v1 between a Galio with Hollow Radiance and...
This is a good sneak.
If they can get it, it will be a good sneak. Even if they...
Why is not to get the eye?
Won't be able to get the eye, but at least denial at this point. It's something.
And objective bounty.
And they do get the objective
actually
bounty,
a good bit of gold.
Which they definitely were not going to get given the rest of their lane states. Top is way too far and way too healthy. Mid's covered, bot's covered. They get... Oh, they actually got it.
Actually, yeah, the top's already gone. I think top went pre-objective bounty because this Renekton is still very strong.
I was talking about the tier 2. But they actually get it. Yeah. Shangdi finding the, opening there. Flaps over. No one checks it. Mello already dropped back to his grubbies. And Machine already went back to top lane. So he's safe right now in a 2v1. As the dominance available, it's so difficult to lock him down. You can see that Zax's autos and spells are now tickling. And Galio only has Hollow Radiance. Nice arcane shift away from the Audacious Charge. Or Heroic Charge? No,
Heroic.
Audacious
is Zinzao.
There we go. I was like, one of these two are their charges, and one of them is Heroic, one's Audacious.
Yeah, but Poppy's like always like the whole thing is about being a hero.
Or not being.
This is not being a hero. This is being dead.
This is the ejection. Oh, your blue buff.
Heroically throwing away your blue buff as well. Okay, fine.
Well, I mean, it doesn't really matter. The blue buff was resetting, and you were losing it. So, have some fun. It's like Syndra, except way less cool.
Way less cool? I think it's way more cool.
I don't know.
Sending away champions halfway across the map, it does feel good.
Oh no, that I meant the blue buff. Ejecting.
I mean, the blue buff is just kind of sad.
I think it's way funnier to pick up the blue buff and just bring it wherever you want instead of just ejecting it randomly towards the enemy base. It's way cooler to show off.
Yeah, I mean the things you can do with a Syndra to get your jungler ahead are so annoying.
It's so funny. Oh, it's in smite range. It's now in our smite range.
Yeah, thank you for the leash, my friend. This will be very useful next to the Scuttle Crab.
I miss the Baron being able to be picked up. Oh, Zamakona is missing the time they were able to play this game, which was precisely 17 minutes ago, as they are in no man's land.
I think that's generous.
Literally no one is helping them. Actually, no, yeah, it was 1:30.
It was help him. He's in the red side jungle.
It was actually 18 minutes ago. They immediately lost the right to play the game on first wave. Because they missed
you miss hook level 1. I mean, it kind of happens, right? You just kind of nothing at that point.
Why are you Smolder level 1? You have an
auto route.
You're Smolder level 1 and you missed the hook, which wouldn't have helped you by any means. Again, it's Smolder. You have the weakest spell in the universe and the worst autos in the game.
It can count as an auto reset. Like,
Shangdi,
it's not quite Alistair level 1.
At least Alistair is more of a disengage at level 1.
Yeah, that's true.
At least he saves he saves your teammate if you... I mean, you see everyone. They all just take W level 1. It's like, okay, cool. You want to engage, leave.
Yeah. You can mitigate a lot of it. But I feel like an auto-attacking champion with an auto-reset at level 1
is nice.
Sound awful.
Holy
Especially when that does a lot of damage as well.
Speaking of awful, I was looking at the bot lane CS diff, nearly 50. It's
The item
62 up in
diff.
top lane, and 40. It's still 42 CS up in the jungle for Mellow. It is
It's
the
the item
tale
diff,
of
though.
3 items. I mean, a whole item. Holy cow! Still a whole item up. 8-0 and 4 does that to you.
Yeah, I mean, like, CS diff all over you want.
Uh-oh.
Are we allowed to do this again?
No, Zamakona should not be here, and they're gonna kill Bobe for it. As the Keeper's Verdict comes out, they will find a nice shockwave onto Zac. They get the Rift Herald down too with the auto summon, but Mello already finding one, and G1 ulting in just to make sure nothing happens. It is a simple 1-for-nothing of honestly, a caster minion in gold's value.
I don't think that was an auto summon. I think they actually chose to drop it then because it was after the Drake they took the Rift Herald, right? So that's the 5-minute timer of placing Rift Herald would have started then. That was a decision to put the Rift Herald down at that point in time. I mean, maybe Shang-Chi wants his ward back because kind of annoying to play his ADC without blue trinket. But I mean, now you're losing Baron, so.
Well, Mom didn't even get close to stealing the Baron. She's honestly kind of a bad mother for that.
Yeah, I mean, you may be able to stop the soul from this. 7 seconds before that spawns. Your burst on the Drake is not there though, is it?
Teleport already in. They do get another objective bounty to cut this gold lead down. It's only 4,000. It feels like it should be more.
Yeah, but it's about to be Baron plus Infernal Soul, so that might make you feel more again.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
There's a lot of standing gold. They've only got 2 towers.
Standing gold. I mean, oh wow, still a top tier 1, and all the tier 2s. The gold will definitely swing. Should swing off of a decently executed Baron power play.
Yeah, I mean, it tells you enough when
Bobe. Just a Hail Mary kind of play. I respect it, but it does not work. JKO
it was going
9.
to, but you have to try. You have to try.
I mean, yeah.
When the game is in this state, looking at gold doesn't look as bad, right? But the overall play we were talking about before, it's misery right now. And 4490 have all the time they can possibly want to set up these lanes. 2 minutes left on the Baron, and even if they don't end right now, they'll still be in absolutely fine place. I feel like when your bot laner is up by an item, then outscaling doesn't really come into the equation. No matter how many stacks this Smolder may or may not have, JKO has literal item over this Smolder. Like it does not matter. Top tier 1 is a trivial task they will happily pick up. Mid is gonna have push. It's slightly dangerous leaving Ezreal by himself, with the Bard shadowing topside instead of playing towards the AD in mid, but it's still going to be absolutely fine. And so top tier 1 is simple. You have to play weak side and better right now, which doesn't feel great. But if you can just keep on strong siding through top and mid, you'll be absolutely fine.
They don't even cancel the reset. They were trying to, you saw down in bot side, setting up an ambush, and they just weren't there enough. Fry had to push the wave in, and so they lose out on the Mbessa as well. They're going to lose out on their top tier 2. Not even a question, more of just a statement.
And it's just going to keep on going from here, isn't it? There's no easy way back out of this one for Antarctica. It's just pure suffering. Until somehow they can hold on, they're going to need some hidden amount of wave clear that is not presenting itself to us as of yet. I mean, they've done okay. They've only lost the 2 turrets so far on the Baron push, likely to lose this 3rd one as it's about to end. TP flank? Okay, let's just go Hail Mary.
I mean, you have to full send as here comes Fry into the back. Tempered Fate finds 3, and that's going to stall out the entire push. Fry cannot do it alone. The Shockwave finds absolutely no one. Keeper's Verdict only ejecting the Bard, but it will just be full disengages. I mean, such a good Tempered Fate right
this was
there.
5v4 attempt as well.
Yeah, 5v4.
The Gwen was still split pushing.
Mello is just uncontestable. The needlework is
booming. That was close.
As just a narrow dodge away from Shang-Di. It wasn't even a dodge. He was CC'd. It just missed. Got
the wave though. Positives. They got the wave. There's no more pressure on mid.
No more Baron.
Reset's gonna be forced out here. So 4490, they got a lot from that push. 3 turrets in top, including the inhib. 1 turret in mid as well, getting it close to the base. Take your resets now. Don't get caught pressing B.
Holy cow,
that's
JKO.
That was psychotic base attempt. The fact that he's still there to press E is lucky, but...
You see his mana bar.
Yeah.
You're just like, the fact that he got that is insane. And, I mean, okay, Zamakone actually doing a really good job here. Like, we've been criticizing a lot of their hyper-aggressive plays. getting good vision down. It's not really doing much besides just making sure they can see a little bit instead of setting up for anything, but delaying the reset of JKO especially to keep the Ezreal off the map for a couple more, just like half a minute longer maybe. Just buy a little more time to get this vision, get maybe some extra CS down. It might add up. It's where it starts for AST.
You got to
Should
try the small things to then make the big things possible. But a small thing that's kind of catching my eye, I don't know if it's catching yours as support as well, but Zamakona went Blood Song. And I feel
Yeah,
like
he's not
if there's
hitting
one
it.
thing you needed, it was tankiness.
Yeah, you really wanted that Celestial. I mean, I could see the Bloodsonging. I get it. As a support player, the concept of Bloodsong.
That's when you're ahead.
Yeah, that's when you are a hyper-aggressive, already not dying champion, or just a long-range champion like Senna, who can constantly apply, but Fryrai is absolutely caught mid-slice as well, so he's gonna have no escape here. He has to turn and fight, and that's gonna be the first death for him as Mello goes godlike. And Bobe gonna get chased down. Nice flash away. You mentioned it in the draft, and those 2 times now we've seen that extended cast time come back to bite the Mbessa good.
It's a big change. Like,
It's like
it's
a
kind
half
of been
second extra
underrated.
window, right? It's like an extra half
It
second
went from
now.
0.55 to 0.7.
Okay,
Like,
so
it's only
extra, like,
it's only 0.15 seconds, but like, in terms of
It's
human reaction
noticeable.
time, it's quite a lot because
Yeah, like,
your human reaction
0.5
time is like
is
0.2,
close.
0.3.
Yeah, it's like it doubles your reaction window basically,
Yeah,
especially with
'cause you
ping,
get
which
a
is
little
a
more to
couple.
react, and then you get to move as well. Like it does matter
Ooh.
quite a lot. As this also could matter. Tanking
Nice
turret shock is a bonus item.
the shockwave is not great
Oh.
positioning wise. Pulls Galio out, but I don't think it's gonna even matter. They don't get the
got the
cancel on
Eof?
the backdash. Bobe was just slightly off on his positioning to block the Justice Punch, and that is just more of the same, it seems, for the Antarctica Super Team.
And there's nothing that's just going right. It feels like that if there's one thing you could, if only we were able to get that Galio. It's not the biggest of shutdowns. It's only 300
It's
gold
something,
plus the
though.
kill, but it's something. Exactly. You need something at this point to turn the momentum back into your favor. Shandy gets that, he instantly has his rapid fire cannon. If the Oriana gets that, then maybe they're that much closer to the Shadow Flame, where they can maybe think of having a better contest of this Elder Drake. There's no way to contest that Baron. That was long
no.
gone.
That's good.
But Baron spawning in 20 seconds. You know it's going to be another Hail Mary from Bobe, who this time doesn't have
No
flash.
fear. Has Hex Flash. This guy has no fear, though, and that's the most important thing that he doesn't have.
It's not going to be allowed. If there's plenty of time to get hit before it even starts, you just get the vision. I mean, Bard can walk up when they're this strong.
I mean, look at the tankiness. That's also Bloodsong, but Bard also can go everything.
2
He is
items,
Bard.
plus
He
plated steel
build-
caps.
He's also Bard. He builds every item in the game. He
Also
does not
true.
care. He does not care for your item designations. He does what he wants.
You think
Oh.
Mundo goes where he pleases. Bard buys what he pleases. That's much more important.
Bard killed people and did not care because it helped keep the universe in balance, and
Sounds like
Zamakona
Thanos.
keeping things in balance by once again dropping, I guess unbalancing it actually.
Yeah, that's not very
as
balanced.
It's a 4v5 now. Bobe getting absolutely
Very
chunked.
unbalanced.
Elder on the line. Or, well, Elder on the
Oh.
line. JKO jumping forwards. 10-0. Now there's the public execution connecting. And Machine Killer finally getting a pop-up. Finally getting a kill. After all this time. He waited all game for this. He gets to kill people. It's an ace for 4490. And they go 5-0 on the season as they move to match point in week 3.
And it was not even that difficult for them.
Nope.
Dare I say, it was
Not even a question.
just it was just kind of logical steps from one play to the next, and it was a slow spiral out of control for Antarctica. I hope they can stop their tailspin as we head into game 2, but if game 1's entities go off, it's going to be one hell of a journey back from that.
But if anything has been repeated, it is both series so far. 3 games for the Antarctica Super Team.
True.
But counterbalancing that, 4490, both of their series so far have been sweeps. So it's the battle of the immovable object and the unstoppable force. Okay,
Which
maybe a
one's
more
which?
movable object.
Yeah, that felt pretty movable.
Yeah, very movable. Oh boy.
Unstoppable Force winning so far. If
Unstoppable
that's the
Force
way around
winning
we're
hard.
going, and no Malphite even to have it win harder. And maybe that's just gonna be there for game two.
That would be insane. I think we saw a Malphite yesterday in Elysium Literal
Ye-
Monkeys.
well, we didn't get to see that, but that's a whole
Well,
other
we
issue.
did it. You know what I mean. Someone got to see it, and the teams did, which is like
The teams played it.
the one series we were so excited to see. But dang, did we get to see TPO win?
Yeah. Right, well, we got to see them win a map. That was
A
enough.
game, A game improvements.
Anyway,
But
back to this one. We're going to take a short little break while we get ready for game two. We hope Antarctica are able to reset as much as they need to, because if this series is going to have any legs to it, then they're going to need to grow them pretty damn quickly. And, well, their profile picture is penguin.
they
They're not
don't. They
exactly known
have
for their
knees.
legs.
They have knees. They're just inside their body. They're always squatting.
I mean, that never skip leg day. Unfortunately, based off of the foundation of that Antarctica comp just did not have any legs to go off. So hope they're
Apparently,
able to bring back into game two.
And we are back after a dominant showing for 4490. Antarctica Super Team, leaving a lot to be desired. Not really putting the Super in Super Team. Putting the Antarctica in Antarctica Super Team, though.
Yeah, well, that was an ice cold performance, and hopefully they will be able to warm up as we head into game two and improve on that. Um, it would be difficult to not improve. I feel like that might be the
True.
nice way to say it, as it was not a great showing. They had a chance to work things through on their top side, right? The Renekton getting stronger to better is exactly what should happen. The fact that it does is a promising sign, but they needed to play around that a lot better. They kept taking fights randomly in mid and bot when Oriana is incredibly neutralized by Galio as Merc Treads when you have Lucidity Boots, and Smolder walking up when he's 0-4 to turn it to 0-5 is not going to help anything, right? You just need to sit back, get as much farm as you can, and just exist for a bit on the map. I feel like, did he even get his third item when the game ended? Like,
No.
that's kind of the level we're talking about. The
No, we were
28,
staring at
29
RFC.
minutes, still waiting on a rapid fire cannon. Like, that's what we need to be able to change here as Antarctica Super Team. Work out what our win conditions are, and how do we play around them effectively to then get to a point where we actually can win the game. Because it felt like last time the win conditions were there, right? The win condition was play around the Renekton, because he's strong, into Ambessa, keep him strong, delay team fights for as long as possible, and then flip Elves at 28 minutes. See what happens.
You absolutely doubt how these teams work. I think you mean fight randomly over absolutely nothing because we might have a chance at an angle, and then just do that 4 more times until something like eventually gives.
Until we lose the game.
Either we lose the game or win the game, and that is the mentality.
Yeah, well, it ended up being until we lose the game there, because they were just never the stronger team, right? Into Ezreal,
fighting Bard into Smolder.
Fighting Ezreal Bard kind of 15, 25 minutes is just not it. It's just not it, right? Especially when you're already behind as a Smolder. But we can move on from that. We can put that in the past, and hopefully Antarctica have been able to do the exact same. As this is a little bit of a filthy run back in terms of bans, but we have one change: the Varus instead of the Vi. Not going to be taking it first though. Looking for a Karma of their own. 4490 left with a bit of decision here. I mean, typically you can answer
Nami?
Karma with something like a Nami if
Seraphine?
you want to go that route. Seraphine's still up. That's a great point.
No Ashe, but Seraphine, I've said it before, I'll say it again. Seraphine way more flexible than Ashe is. It's just a good pick. It's such a good utility pick. I mean, CC, it's kind of like budget card. Oh, they can't go. They're going Nami. They should go Nami. If they go Milio, they are throwing this game.
I'm not used to, I forget Lucian Nami is the OG. It feels like we've seen so much.
For a bit, but Milio fell off the face of the earth, and Nami became one of the best supports in the game.
Lucian Milio's been a lot more present recently than Lucian Nami.
That is true, but I also think that's because Nami's been taken off the board more frequently, because she is just either a Game 1 champ or frequent ban.
I've seen a lot of people choosing the Milio over it, but into Karma it's a bit different. Into Karma, having the sustain definitely feels nicer instead of a little bit of extra range, but the idea is to have that extra range, right? To have the ability to play Illusion from a little bit further back, where it's not just rapid fire cannons assisting you, because you're unlikely to be able to Hex Optics.
They got it. They got it anyways. Oh my god, they got it.
Ayari, 2-3.
I mean, good mid lane lockdown, and I mean, don't really need to worry about an ADC secure. Karma just kind of pairs with every ADC. Every ADC like shielding, long range poke, potential lockdown. I don't know what ADC doesn't work with Karma.
Yeah, difficult to say fairer than that. I feel like, as you say, Karma is just that kind of champion right now where everyone's happy. No one's sad to see Karma. Ari might be sad to see Lysandra.
Yes! I love seeing this old school counter come back. It's like seeing a Nivea like slowly rise back up to prominence. Your favorite Freljordian mid laners are back and boring people to death because they play insanely slow, very fitting.
I hate to say it though, it's not the counter it used to be.
No, it's definitely not. Ari's way stronger, and Lysandra's not been touched.
It's not even close.
Lysandra's barely been buffed.
We see people take this as like, oh, this is a counter pick, and it's like, well, if it was 10 years ago, doesn't necessarily mean that it still is. Ari has a lot of mitigation into Lysandra. Just the ability to get Malignant, honestly, is enough. A lot of the time to avoid basically everything Lysandra wants to do. Even if both you rush the Malignants, Ari has so much more ability to get around the map and really impact elsewhere instead of just being forced into a bit of a dead rubber in mid. I understand taking Lysandra into Ari as the neutralizer, but I feel like you could have gone elsewhere with it. Then again, after game one, I'm willing to give them a little bit of leeway, and I want to see what else they got.
Honestly, I love this counterpick because it also comes from a time where macro did not exist. Like, if we flash back to 2016, macro was still in its infancy, and it was still a lot of, we're going to sit in lane until someone makes us leave lane or until the jungle shows up, and then we're going to go do stuff. And Lysandra, really good at sitting in lane and not fighting, because if you ever try to fight her, she ulted you. But now Ari has ult up all the time, so she can just kind of dance around you forever until you die or leave. It's that jungle.
That's a crazy full pick. Just
imagine it was Zed mid. Imagine it was Zed mid though. Oh, it's 2013 all over again.
No Faker. We're not playing blind pick.
Faker versus Ryu. Let's go, bring it back.
I mean, Zed jungle. I mean, sure.
It's good. It's good.
Mellow Array. I mean, he likes his carry champions, right? That's why the Lee Sin and the Jace are both banned away from him. Zed's just another one on his list that he's happy to tick off when it comes around. We saw him play the Gwen in game one as well. Like, just anything that allows him to do whatever he can for this team is kind of what 4490 are all about, right? He's currently 800 LP challenger. The rest of the team kind of sitting Diamond 1, Diamond 2 masters. Like, just let him do whatever he wants and set him up best you can.
That is absolutely true. Now, what is the response here? Not only, obviously, from AST, but what is the follow-up to this? They kind of need engage, and... Ooh, AST gonna say,
That's not engage.
That is not engage, and that is also not engage. Mord can at least take someone to the death realm, but GP just provides more damage. And solid laning. He's a good laner, but that is not really the season. I'm not calling Cannon Barrage a consistent CC spell.
Yeah, I do wonder if this is mainly for the lane, though. It feels like it does decent into Mordekaiser. Also does decent into Mordekaiser is an Olaf who ignores the fact that you have Rylai's and runs you down and tries to kill you.
Death Realm.
Yeah, this is a lot worse for Mordekaiser than Gangplank would have been, though of course the map feel is slightly different, right? Because you're not getting potential for ult pressure to be everywhere. It's just kind of focused in the topside matchup. Olaf, a really solid counter here into the Mordekaiser specifically. I feel like 4490 are kind of looking for 3 winning lanes with a aggressive jungler and seeing what happens.
I mean, you could see what happens. I don't think they should ever take a team fight. If they ever take a team fight, they risk losing at pretty much any point, because Vi has a lot of juicy targets that she is more than happy to run down with Ari, and Mord gets rid of anyone he wants, and Kate is just should be free to free fire unless
this is Kate Karma as well. Like we're talking about 3 winning lanes. Three winning lanes is difficult into Kate Karma as well, right? That's like the main win condition you think about when you look at a draft like this. It's Lysandra into Ari, sure. Olaf, hard counterpick into Mordekaiser, not great for the team fight. Lucian Nami has to find a way to be strong into Kate Karma, and the way that happens is by early game jungle interference. Antarctica, when you play Kate Karma, you cannot allow the enemy junglers to come in at level 3. It is like the cardinal sin of Kate Karma. It's such an oppressive lane. It's such a disgustingly strong, winning, hard-pushing lane that you will get ganked if you allow it. You need some form of vision. You need some form of vision. You need some way of tracking the enemy jungler and knowing exactly where he is until like minute 3, right? It takes you. It's going to cost you 2 wards. Maybe you don't get the vision in your bot mid rush. Maybe you have to use the jungler's ward early on to put it in the enemy tri rush, something like that. If you allow this Zed to gank you and lose the value of Kate Karma, then you may just lose the game.
Yeah, you're really.
This game can be decided at level 3.
It could be. I mean, we saw it decided at level 1. Before level 1.
True.
We saw it before the minions even spawned.
Yeah, Orianna flashed and died. and then Nautilus Misshook, and also lost lane for that.
And the level 1 never turned into a good level 2 or level 3. I mean,
Yeah.
if they can avoid the jungle interference and not just go, we have so much free push into this Lucian who has to spend all his mana to try and match it. If they can avoid getting that very easy trap or a very easy trap to avoid, I guess easy to fall into as well, because like, oh, look at all this push we get. But it's gonna take a very aggressive all-in from 4490's bot lane to try and turn it. Lucian Nami, very good at just forcing a sudden engage if you're not ready for it. But
Kate Calm are very good at repelling it.
yeah, I mean, you have the shield, you have the net, you have traps, you have like 150 range on the guy. It's so hard.
All you have to do as the Karma is just stand in front, press W, and if they don't walk back, then Caitlyn puts a trap underneath and you're dead. Like, you cannot even think about going forward onto this. That's why the only thing that's going to save 4490 is early jungle interference or a misplay from Antarctica's bot lane. Those are the two conditions that allow them back in.
You might be able
It
to
could be both. Why not? But let's not like hope for that both. That would
I'm
be
not
bad,
hoping
so
for it, but
let's go.
given last game, we might see both.
Yeah, that's an alarming thought. But until then, we're going to see if there's going to be a new space. We're going to see if people are going to be maybe a little bit more flawless. I'm going to take a short little break, and then we'll be back when we get some actual answers instead of some questions we're posing. And then we'll be ready when onto the Rift for Game 2. So we'll see you then.
Okay, it is actually time for game number 2. You guys didn't have to sit through the server crash that we had as Flash or
Oh,
Flash
hello.
already over the wall. Fryrai can't turn to do any damage as Machine is just so happy to be in a lane he actually could be hyper aggressive in. And
I mean,
already
yeah,
Flash teleport
but, like,
forced.
that is also double summons from him, though. So, like, I mean, nice. There's not, yeah, it's nice, but he's also used an absolute ton of mana doing that. I feel like just getting the flash there may have been enough. You can
Maybe
then
burn
really
his
put the
flash
pressure
and-
on later on. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Flash Ghost for a 3 minion advantage. And you're down in health. You didn't have time to reset.
And I think the mana is even more important because it means your kill threat's so much less now, right?
As someone who's played Olaf, like has tried to play Olaf, yes, you run out of mana shockingly fast for a champion with no spells.
Yeah. Especially early on, that axe costs a lot.
If you greed for your axes, because you're like, oh, dude, I get resets on my. That was my mentality. I was like, oh, I get resets on axes, on axe pickup. It's like Gnar, dude. I'm gonna get so many of these. You throw like 5 of them, you're out of mana. You're like, crap, I can't lane
Yeah,
anymore.
that's how he's balanced for laning. But I just witnessed something happening elsewhere on the map. As I mean, A, this Lysandra is getting destroyed. B, the Zed is clearing bot to top.
Interesting. They're saying flashless
There was-
Mordekaiser.
There was zero vision until that ward has gone in maybe 10 seconds ago in the Tribe Rush. There was a humongous window for Mello to do exactly what we talked about during draft and find an angle onto the Kate Karma walking this far forward. Now it's clearly too late. The ward's there as well, and he's also cleared bot to top. But if he just did those bot 3 camps into gank, there was no vision at all from Antarctica. There was actually an angle for this Zed to do exactly what we talked about, and he could have won the lane for his bot lane. Instead, he clears up to top side. He's going to get at least a crab on his very fast Zed clear in the jungle. But, I mean, the rest of the map's not looking too great. Bot and mid kind of suffering right now. Lysandra having to take an early base again. Stream mode again. Cool, Lysandra, deal with it. I mean, you can try and pressure the Mordekaiser without TP, without flash, but he's playing pretty safe because he has no TP, no flash. He's not. Why is he not? Why is he not playing safe? Why did he make me lie?
You are a liar, Rue. As the jump-in continues, as they will get first blood. It's gonna be a little close, but they get rewarded for it. But in exchange, their bot lane will continue to suffer.
It's not bad.
It's not a bad
It's not
play.
even that bad in bot lane. It's meant to be worse. I'm just kind of annoyed at Fryrai at this point because he made me a liar for no reason.
He did. Made you a liar on a pretty... what should have been a pretty safe bet. As, oh no, Shangdi way too deep. He's paying a hefty price for it. As
getting
Zach
worse.
is putting in the damage. Zama is just kind of playing ADC Karma because he's out of spells. As
Missing
now,
Q as well.
oh, they don't know. The ward went down on Tribrush. Here comes Mello, the challenger 800 LP player.
That's a flash from Zach.
Jumping in, the flash out, gets away from all this damage. KO has to go so deep, it's going to be a trade. 1 for 1 through all of this. And now the kick on mid. She went flashing forwards, gets the kill, but will be Q flashed in response from Bobe. And it's 2 for 2 in mid and bot.
I am shocked that was a 1 for 1. I feel like if Mello angled his shadow daggers a little bit differently.
How did he not get it? He was on top of him.
I think he may just like it's a slight angle difference that changed that whole dynamic round. But
They
Shangdi
can't dive this.
able to hang on as a result.
Flash
No,
away.
you
Mello is caught out. You can't dive there. The trap just not going to be able to get down in time. So Mello will be able to walk away with his life, but that is a heavy commit. You lose your flash, which is kind of your only secondary, your only repositioning tool after you full commit. Like now you have, if you commit to your Living Shadow, you're going. There's no disengage.
Yeah, that does somewhat change once you hit 6 again. So maybe that's something to play around now. Being Zed, you can just kind of power farm. The crab for level 6 for jungler is also spawning on the top side. I'm not even sure that's necessary because he's already up at 48 farm after taking his wolves here. He is going to be very, very far advanced. I think he caught so much there of the bot wave that he's going to get like an extra half level from that compared to what junglers normally would. I mean, he might just be safe anyway because of that as opposed to anything else.
You see this big crash coming through. It's going to be another reset for Shangdi, who is on the board about 20 minutes earlier? Did he even get on the board last game? That is the other question, I guess.
I don't remember. That was a while ago. I'll be honest. That was like half an hour ago at this point.
It was well over half an hour. It was half an hour ago that we went to break for the first time. It's been like probably 40 minutes
level
since
6.
the game ended, as it is level 6 Olaf, well before level 6 Friar Eye.
Look at that wave, bro. Look at that wave. Look at it.
Oh, so
like
much XP.
5 waves of caster minions.
That is, I think, 4. Yeah,
It was like 15 of them.
Probably 5 waves. As there's the pull, he's actually going to pull Mello into the Death Realm. He's gonna get out. He's gonna flash back under his tower to secure the kill. The 2v1. Why even gank a Mordekaiser? Your Olaf is fine.
Yeah, I feel like we're having some very odd things happening right now on the Zed. This is the champion that Mello plays a lot of. And yet there's now 2 things in a row where it feels like it's just a little bit out of character for this guy who is, like, let's not forget, a challenger jungler. I don't feel like it's unfair to expect maybe more than we'd expect of other players, right? This guy is set up by his team to be the carry. To have now 2 plays in a row where he could really be advancing the game in his team's favor, that because of some mechanical things have not gone his way, and if anything, you're allowing any team back into the game, it's not just surprising, it's actually kind of hurting 4490 as well now.
I mean, absolutely. It's Olaf. He has ult available. If he gets pulled, he ults and he can't get Death Realmed. If he threatens the Death Realm, he just ults and then runs at the Olaf at the Mord until someone goes down. Why are you even worried about this when your bot lane is way more uneven?
Why were we even clearing bot top in the first place? Look at what's happening in top lane.
It's a beatdown. You've been there once and you only actually twice now. One of them was good. The other one was negative. And more importantly, you just gave over first dragon because of that. Your bot lane just had to give free push. And
you also gave over a ruby crystal. Like, you gave over so much.
You did go over 300 extra gold for no particular reason.
Yeah, Frero, I mean, he would have had these boots anyway, which does help him out quite a lot into the Olaf. So, but now he has a ruby crystal, and he gets to hang on like a good amount into what was meant to be one of the most difficult lanes for the Mordekaiser in the early game. He's still down 30 CS, but with the boots, it should somewhat level out now. You kind of hold on a little bit more than he was able to earlier, and it feels like it's just completely unnecessary for Mello. If he 3 counts bot lane, we're talking a very different story. If he does a full clear, ends up being there at 2 minutes 40 because Zed on a full clear is about that fast, also fine. I don't know why we're not playing towards bot lane this game. That's the lane that's going to struggle.
Is JKO getting jumped on now? The tidal wave. Buy some time. Zamakana going to go down, but it's going to be 2 for 1. Lissandra, G1 getting the Glacial Prison to come through, but Shangi will be able to go down to the Frozen Ring. Ring of Frost, sorry. So formal. As now the jump in from Mello onto Xiao will pick up one.
He's already dead.
Mello, can Mello get the other? Flash for flash. Bobe not going to get a great one. Jumps into the terrain, and it's going to be a double kill for the Zed. And that's how they turn it around. 4 for nothing in this attempted dive.
Yeah, I mean, it could have been better for Antarctica. I really like the trying to press the advantage in bot lane. It's where 4.90 are struggling. But once you got that positive play, you need to find a way out. Otherwise, it's not a positive play from the start, right? If your positive play comes with a caveat of we're going to get caught afterwards and we're going to lose more than we ever got, then it wasn't a positive play. It was just a play that had very negative repercussions you couldn't see from the onset. It feels like maybe what occurred there instead, and that's why it felt so rough to watch. After they have at least put the Illusion a bit further behind, but you've allowed the Zed straight back into the game. And Lyssandra's also strong off the back of it.
Now Hubris, 18 stacks so far off of that big play in bot lane, and still ahead in tempo. Just the CS is so many camps ahead.
His clear speed is always so fast.
Zed has they nerfed it. They nerfed his clear speed, by the way. They nerfed how his passive works on monsters, and he's still doing this.
Yeah, you wouldn't notice from this, would you?
No.
Hello.
Bobe is absolutely caught. Ring of Frost into the Glacial Prison. It's just over there. You can get your blast shield as much as you want. It doesn't really matter.
Just
They
a
get to
generous
work this,
donation.
I guess. I mean, they've won
Yeah.
both major objectives, technically, but they've paid a hefty price for the second one.
Yeah, I mean, losing jungler, especially when their top side is not top side, sorry, the bot side is up completely. Their wolves also up. Really is going to hurt more than anything else. The opportunity cost right now for Bobe is massive punish for
KO.
4449.
Oh, they're still gonna get rooted up. The trap might be in time. Fry right now under the tower. Getting jumped by Mello. Tower being tanked. Will drop to
Tank that.
the ult. And I don't know if JKO survives that. He might
think
have.
he does because it's not.
I
There's
think
no
so.
item on Caitlyn.
It is just Moonquiver pickaxe, so it's not that big of an ask.
He's not Hex Optics yet, and I think the only way he dies is if it's like full collector already.
Yeah.
You need the 5% execute to get that kill.
So instead, they hand over that. Actually, is just going to be item. I think. I'm pretty sure that is Hex
5%.
Optics. That is Hex Optics.
Gotta
Off of a bit of a miscommunication, it seems. As Xiao not hitting the charm, and that's gonna cost them the engage onto the Lissandra. Hey, Claw was down. That was it.
Yeah, you forced out that key ability by having that nice little flank angle. They are forced to pull towards you. Find a way to make it a straight line is probably the easiest way to do that, right? If you are coming from that angle, you can get in the line of the claw. Sure, you take a little bit of damage for it, but you get the charm, you get the guaranteed setup for Bobe to turn up as well. But that could have been a really nice play there. Instead, goes by the wayside. Machine Killer is in zero threat in top lane. I mean, he's going to get taken on a walk, but that's way worse for the Karma.
Did they even take damage from the tower is the question. Barely.
Zarakoma? He did.
A little bit. Karma
Took a
shields
tower
are
shot.
the amount of tower shots I've tanked with just shield, I've not even like empowered shield. I'll just use base shield and I'll full tank towers, and I'm like, there's no way I have a 230 something HP shield already. And you do. Karma is such insane base numbers.
Especially with Echoes as well. First item already completed for...
Echoes and the bubble bath.
Yeah. The Dream Maker is living up to that name. It is providing a whole lot of value. And
Oh, okay.
That's dangerous now.
Shangdi, okay, they are getting so much value. As there's the jump in, they're going to pay a hefty price for this. As Zanokona does not have flash, burns the heal for this as well. Will go down, a little overstepping to try and zone this Olaf, and they're just going to lose all their pride. I mean, that was their, what, 5th joint plate of the game or something? Like, they are getting so fed on this Kate, and if they just don't do that, they get away with this play for free as Mello jumps in, doesn't even get charmed up, but they've locked down. G1 is going to survive on 1 HP. Xiao drops to the ultimate. Mello is going to be able to get the hell out of dodge too. Jukes away. Oh no, it's disaster. And now up in the top lane, Machine Killer. Good flash from FireEye to pick up the ISO Q. They actually get the shutdown. Ace in the hole. They stalled long enough. They stalled for long enough to get the ace in the hole. That's a big chunk of change to your hyper carry.
It's overplays across the board from both teams now. We saw the early one from... he's out. We saw the early one from Zamakona, right? Overplaying on the top side, but at least he got the flash out of the Olaf. It means that when he overplays in return, the Mordekaiser has a freebie to pick up on a kill and a freebie turret from absolutely nowhere straight back into the game now. Is this Mordekaiser? As soon as he presses B, he's going to have that Rylai's, which we pointed out before, does have a little bit of mitigation towards it from Killer Machine because he is Olaf and slows don't necessarily care. So, but the rest of the time, he's going to have a lot of value. The really important part, though, is the fact he's also got that brown vest alongside.
Nice combo coming through from G1. Just needs a little more damage. Will finally force the ulti out of Xiao, and Xiao is not having a great series as Zamakona gets absolutely boomed. Shangdi is just eating the ulti, though. And his tier 1 is going down as the gold gap is pretty much completely gone. It's only 8. It's 1k. That's pretty much nothing at this state of the game.
Yeah, and I feel like in terms of who has a lot of the gold, maybe it was it's a little bit different from that, right? I feel like in mid there's a bit more of a disparity for 4490. The rest of the map, though, it's just kind of disappeared, and I feel like it's overplays from both teams that have just dragged this down into a bit more of a solo queue environment where we just keep on fighting until a team wins. We saw that in game 1 where it was scaling taken into it. This time, a lot more skirmishing
What the
palette for
hell?
Antarctica, as that was a thing.
I know that obviously it is Zed. Zed, not known for his tankiness and his large health bar or anything. That was half of his HP with a Q. They have Echoes and a Fiendish Codex. As
Yeah.
off in hiding.
Oh.
Will only Ring of Frost Zamakona, and they're just gonna full commit. They don't have a choice. Zamakona once again caught out. Mello trying to go forwards, but they don't really have any lockdown here. They have a lot of damage though. Zach going forwards, nice double Aqua Prison, but they don't commit quite yet. And here comes Shelly. They will get this tier 1 down on top of it. Oh, it doesn't get the trap angle. It launches at a weird angle sometimes. It feels weird.
Let me like angle it right at the end.
Yes. Oh, they're just gonna go for Xiao. And on top of it, they're going to get Shangdi. Shangdi flashing away, but Mello's under the tower. He's actually surviving for so damn long, but finally gets out of there. It secures the kill. It's a double for Mello. It's a comedy of errors from Antarctica Super Team. And 4490 once again pulling the rabbit out of the hat.
So you said something about the gold lead being less?
Only 1k. Hey, only 1k. Now it's only 4k again.
Yeah, it got bad again very, very quickly, and maybe even worse than that is the hubris value that Mello has from this type of a game.
36 AD.
From this type of a game where you're just relentless fighting over absolutely everything, hubris gets such insane value because you're going to be picking up KP, especially when you're already strong. Second item acquired plus like most of the third as well. I'm assuming that's the Serpent's Fang to deal with this Karma, who at least hit a root onto Zach. This Zed is now insanely strong, and even after all the weird plays happened earlier on, he's set up for exactly what was required of him. He is set up to carry this game as his team need him to, and from this point onwards, I'd honestly say if 4490 don't win this game, it's on him.
Kind of to put it nicely, I guess. It would definitely be mostly on his shoulders, but I think in this position, it's mostly on Xiao. It is such a rough series from this guy. And, maybe a collapse coming through. Ring of Frost goes down. They get the teleport out of Machine and actually stop his split push for now. They do draw a lot of prio here, and they will at least get a second dragon. It is a Chemtech Soul, and it's bugged. Don't worry about it. And now Shangdi in danger. Flash Machine Killer absolutely deletes the AD carry, and the Ring of Frost is huge. And now Jiwan's stuck in the Death Realm, but a different type of Death Realm is where Antarctica Super Team are going to. It is 4 off the Rift once again. 4490 doing so much in these catch-outs.
Yeah, and now it's not just the Zed either that's strong. We just saw Machine Killer, I believe, 2-shot Shangdi from a bit more than half HP. It was not pretty. Wow. Just, yeah, I mean, extra death on top of everything else.
Oh, no.
Right, caught out under that tier 2. Mid tier 2 going to go down. Bot tier 2 going to go down. Drake taken, and it feels like we are already snowballing much more than we even saw in game 1.
It is... Well, it was close for a little bit, but it is officially no longer in that territory. Assassin items are cheap, but that is still a 2-item advantage right now for Mello on the Zed.
And look at those stacks.
Well. 45. These are ARAM numbers right now that he's putting up on the Hubris.
Mm-hmm. And it's just going to keep getting worse. It's going to keep getting worse. Every single fight that you don't win right now for Antarctica is just slowly losing.
JKO is so much damage. They will get another kill in response. They trade ADC for support, but Xiao, no, not again. Doesn't even need ulti. It's WEQ on this guy, and he's deleted.
Bye-bye. See you next time. Thanks for setting up.
Okay, now I have to put it out there. I was going to say Xiao was the most invisible player I've seen in a long time. He was at 0-1-0 for so long just playing lane. Shangdi is going to be the most invisible player on his team because he's off the damn Rift. Mello 9-2-6.
That was a wave.
going back to that one, I mean, 0, 6, and 3. So he was invisible in the first game. Now he's actively hindering his team in the second one. Like, he is pretty much where this whole lead started.
Yeah, and I mean, that's part of the issue with getting that counter pick, right? We talked about it in draft, it's not as big of a pick as it used to be, but the reason why is because macro game matters a lot more than it ever did. You're not just stuck in lane anymore. You have to be there at the start. You have to mitigate that early pressure that the Lissandra has, and then you can mitigate it later on by being able to get out onto the rift, by being able to impact elsewhere, and also by finding the right time to get the kill in your favor if it presents itself. None of those things have happened in this game for Xiao. He has just been sat, waiting, receptive for whatever came his way, and nothing fell into his lap, and therefore nothing happened. Ari's a champion who you sometimes just have to make something work yourself, and this time he waited, and it just didn't happen. And I mean, look at this now. He's just caught out. I mean, he's looking to walk out of his own jungle.
Oh my goodness, Bobe gets removed. There's just nothing they could do anymore. Fryrai, I mean, had mostly a fine laning phase. Shangdi got ahead in the end after a lot of chaos happened, which seems to be a recurring theme in this series. But now it is just all 4-4-9-0, and it is time for the Baron, and it might be time to put the 3-game series run to rest.
Yeah, to clearly greater than 3 in this situation. 4-4-9-0 with more numbers to throw at the equation, ending up now with a 12,000 gold lead.
Jeez.
It's just going from bad to worse, and the big number that's really catching my attention is 54 on those hubris stats. Every single fight, Melo is in, he gets so much stronger than anyone else, just because that item scales. Like, he's got a 4th item, whatever, who cares? Hubris basically being 2 items instead of 1. This guy's got 5 items at 22 minutes.
Oh,
goodbye, John. Goodbye.
Oh, nice play there from Shangdi.
Hold on.
So much sustain coming through.
Oh.
It was so close, but Nami with the Mikhail saves Melo's skin. They used all their defensive plays, or all their defensive utility on that. Shangdi very well played, though.
Yeah, didn't
so
use
close.
Flash. I wonder if that
matter.
could have potentially turned the tides.
I mean, it might have dodged a shuriken or a spin.
If you were able to dodge something before, then maybe the Death Knight doesn't do as much. But once it's connecting, like, you just you can't avoid that at that point, right?
Shangdi definitely said, okay, he's put me down to a quarter of my HP. I'm not wasting this garbage. I'm just gonna throw autos and see what happens.
Yeah. Maybe to get like initial gap if he could have, as that's something. Hold on.
No, he.
Do you really want to do this into level 16? Zed?
No damage. You are 1.5 items.
He has Axiom Arc. Like, he has his ult back.
He has Axiom Arc.
He's gonna have his ult for it.
Oh, Xiao just gonna survive for now, but Ragnarok continues.
Goodbye.
He keeps hitting people with these axes. There's a crazed barbarian maniac in your base, and he's tearing you asunder. And that's gonna be the game. There's no chance Bobe and Xiao hold off the entirety of 4-4-9-0. 2-1 losses do not overpower 2-0 wins, as they are just looking for these final kills. They want one more ace. Bobe trying to salvage a kill. Has so many tower shots are being tanked right now. The tower is so ramped up. There's the jump in onto Melo. They get the shutdown, but the Nexus already under siege. I think it's too little, too late. For
You're kind of crazy.
Company.
They're actually kind of throwing this one.
One more Nexus tower still up. I thought the other one fell. They're kind of throwing. You're right. There's money to be made.
It's not going to cost them yet. It is still a 15k gold lead.
Yeah.
But they don't end. And when the game's not over, there's always a chance. If Karma's doing things like this, then maybe there's a chance to die as well. That was dangerous from Zarakoma, but able to survive.
Jukes for days.
Unnecessary, I feel like, is a word that comes to mind. But when you think you're about to win 2-0, I kind of get it. Like, you think you've won it. Soul was never a win con for you anyway this game. It's just too delayed. It's Chemtech. You're only at 2 Drakes after 25 minutes. You could have made it 3.
There's no CC.
Wasn't going to change anything. What really matters is the next Baron push now, because you didn't end on that one. If you had to take another 3 minutes to win this game, then so be it, right? But you've already
It's
got
not a
enemy
smolder.
base in absolute tatters. Top inhib is ready to be claimed at a moment's notice. ARAM is all you
Machine
need to
might
do. If you
just...
end up in top lane, also fine.
I mean, does Machine just go for it? We know these
Just
guys are
ARAM.
kind of crazy. They could
Just
just
kind of walk
absolutely
at them.
ARAM. There's no chance they can even sustain this. They're going to
In
be able
terms
to
of
just walk
like gold
past them.
purchased, it's going to be such like it's going to be like at least 15k is a gold difference in terms of items purchased. Prio's going to try and change
Oh
that, but what is the
no,
buy out base
Bobe.
for?
Bobe is way too far trying to push this wave, and now JKO flying in. They're gonna lock down,
Turn.
but here comes the Zen.
And
It's already
dead.
1, it's 2 for Mello. This guy's one of the highest rated
JKO
players
is
on the
1v1ing.
US. One of the best players on NA ladder for a reason, and it was just delaying the inevitable. They're allowed to have some happy gaming when they're 6-0 on the season and nearing the halfway point of Masters BOL. They are perfect. And for Antarctica, not so perfect. Almost perfectly imperfect, but that's not what you want to hear when you're 0-3.
No, that was a decimation job. 4490 with a performance that I guess we should come to expect from them, looking like some very clear frontrunners in BOL Masters with some absolutely dominant performances so far. I don't think anyone else in Masters has even come close to this level of destruction. I mean, everyone else has at least lost a game, right?
A game.
Everyone else has at least lost a game across both divisions after 2 weeks. These guys now 3 flawless, and performances like that, I mean, they could make it a whole lot more.
Oh boy. They're pretty much locked for playoffs already in a
That's
in
kind of
an
crazy.
8-team division. Is it 8 or
I
9
think
teams?
7. There's
It's
7.
7. Weird numbers
Yeah.
sometimes. But I mean, in a 7-team division, already winning half of your games is usually more than enough to bring you into the playoffs. And they're looking so good. Even when they just kind of draft how they want. I mean, this is what we saw from TSI and Premier as well. And usually what happens with the top teams in divisions, they can draft however they want, especially when you have what, 800 LP Challenger?
Yeah.
Like you got a
And
beast in the jungle.
the setup for him as well was pretty nice to see that. I feel like another thing we didn't really touch on so much was like with mid lane in particular is how easy that setup then becomes. Elsewhere, we saw it kind of struggle early on before he really got that foothold in the game. But mid in particular felt like it was really simple because Lissandra has such easy setup for any jungler of any ganking potential to just turn up and kill whatever's in front of them. Especially when it's someone who doesn't have as much CC for themselves, like a Zed. When we went down to bot lane, it was a bit difficult because the Nami either has to hit a crazy bubble or there is just going to be no CC and you're going to be walking into them in a very difficult situation. When you go up to top lane, you might land a slow or you might get pulled into Mordekaiser ultimate. But mid lane, the Ahri's just standing there. It's a free kill. And then the snowball really started from there. And once you had that going, it felt like there was no turning back at all. And I mean, proving exactly why he's his insane LP just completely dominant.
Man, there were some momentary highs for Antarctica Super Team because yeah, that bot lane and FryRye at points, they looked good. And then Shao, honestly, it was really brutal. The Ahri never got online. The Orianna never really got to do anything. They drafted the Orianna and forgot to put it with something to combo, which was really weird to me. I don't know how that one happened. So it's a bit of
Yeah.
setup to fail, a little bit of failure to launch, but I mean the whole team clearly struggled at various points today. It's not they're not 0-3 for a mysterious reason. Unfortunately. Like that sucks to hear, but how it
Yeah,
is.
I mean, sometimes the truth isn't exactly the fun thing to hear, is it? It's just a hard truth that you have to accept, and hopefully they will be able to move on from it and at least have the knowledge that this is not the worst smacking that 4490 have handed out. As
I mean
crazy as it is to
also
say, like they have won a
wait,
game
what?
pre 22 this season.
Oh no, they Mad Lions dumb.
Okay,
No,
but it's no 16,
that was 16. I know that
47.
was crazy. Okay, they G2'd them. There we go. G2 Team Liquid. That's better.
Yeah.
But it's I mean, you
Uh,
also they have the knowledge that that might be their hardest stretch of the season. 2-0, 2-0, 2-0, or it was
True.
technically a team that is currently 2-0. We don't know the result. Is 2-0, is currently 6-0 in game score alone. Like that is a brutal stretch to start your season, and it quite literally cannot get any easier after these three teams. Like that is a death run to kick
Mm.
off your season. It only gets easier, and that's where we're gonna need to see them shine, or else it's really, real dire straits for them.
Yeah, well, we hope they will be able to turn things around as 4-9-0 look to keep that snowball rolling. Feels like the only question that's stopping them right now is the only question in their mind even is can anyone stop Mello O'Ray? Because I mean, we saw today their whole team is designed to set him up for success, and he's just able to knock them down. Even doesn't look great in the early game. That's been their template the whole way through. If someone is able to put a stop to that, then maybe we have a slightly different discussion. But so far, I just want to read you some stat lines before we send it off for the day.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
In his first series, game one, we have 15-9.
That's series,
Game
not
two,
game.
we are 23-8.
Oh geez.
In series two, in a 22-minute game, we are 17-2-6. And then we are 11-1-3 with 10 CS per minute in jungle.
That is yeah, this guy might be the
And then today.
MVP. Just a
And
little
then
of a
today.
front runner. Just a little bit of a front runner for MVP, if you ask me. I don't know though.
Yeah. If someone can put a stop to him, then maybe you're able to turn this one around, right? Maybe you're able to stop them
Maybe.
in their tracks because it was a little bit shaky at some point, right? There was some small angles that didn't look the cleanest from 4-0. There were avenues back into that game when it was down to a 1K gold lead from where the early game was. We were talking about potential meant to swing back, but one bad fight and straight back in that direction. And from there, they never really turned around, and the game was just kind of over before it even got going after that. 4-9-0, I mean, they have a very clear win condition. They play around it very well. Someone has to find a way to stop it, otherwise, I don't think they're even going to lose.
They might I mean, we say this, it happens often where we might not see a team drop a game or I mean, honestly, it might actually be a question of if they drop a game, let alone a series, but they still have the hardest part of their schedule ahead of them. Two teams who are currently undefeated on their plate. They may have dropped games, but these are all really like insanely talented players. They're here for they're in Masters higher. They're in Masters Plus for a reason.
Absolutely. We'll see if they are able to put a stop to this guy maybe next week or depending what matchup is seen here on BOL Masters. But I believe that is all we have for today. The 2-0 gets us up and out of here nice and quick. So thank you all for watching. Make sure to check around the rest of BOL as we do have plenty more than just Masters content over here. I know for a fact that we got BOL Diamond on Thursdays. We got BOL Prem on weekends, and we got other leagues happening throughout the week as well. The days of which I am not as sure of.
I think
But
we have a league literally every single day, except
I
for I
think
think
it is pretty close.
it's 6 days a week we have a league. We have
Yeah,
a
because
league at
Diamond,
least
Diamond
one.
and Gold double up for whatever reason. But there's Platinum and Emerald coming around. Like, just drop a follow and watch. Like, if you want to watch some different levels of league, just come watch, come have fun, and we hope to see you there. But thank you all for watching this time round, and we will see you guys next time.